Hello, my fellow A-Falls, K-Falls, and those who don't know what age bracket you fall into. I got something pretty cool for you today. At Bricks Cascade 2024, our Mecha Theme Coordinator Kyle, who on Instagram goes by the Brick Bastard, he put together a sort of not a competition, a collaborative building experience called the Minifig Mecha Makeover 2024. I assume and hope that he's going to be bringing it back. So, the idea with this was he designed a mecha frame. Pretty simple, rudimentary, lots of connection points, and the idea was to bring a minifig of your choice and parts of your own. Go home, you're drunk. To decorate this, put it together into a mecha of your own design. It was a lot of fun. Gotta say, these elbow parts, you've probably seen them. When I first saw them, I felt disdain for them because as a longtime mecha builder, I've put a lot of effort into trying to make fully articulated mechs that could stand under their own weight in cool poses, and it's a real... Nuh-uh! No, let me edit that. It's not easy to do. So, seeing these, I was like, it's a cheap cop-out, knees and elbows, that's where the real work's at. But honestly, the point was to make something fun, easy to approach, easy to work with, to welcome all kinds of people into the glories and fun of mecha building. And now I gotta say I'm proud to have a bunch of these. I won't use them all the time, but they are pretty cool, pretty useful parts, especially if you're trying to make something small and fun. So, let me get to show you how I went about decorating this one. And before I get too deep into it, a really popular question is, do you have a parts list? I just want to tell everybody, no. I don't work digitally. I don't have software that puts together a list of parts that I use. I just sit with my bricks and stick things together until I get the right shape. So I don't have a parts list, but you can check out still pictures at Instagram at LandrinoMakes. I'll put a link to that because my last name is a bit. And then you can also freeze frame this video, take a look and see for yourself what parts they are, or don't worry about it, just take some inspiration, but go and build your own thing with the parts you have. Doesn't matter what my parts list is. So let's get into it. Those of you who have a familiarity with some of the older lines of Lego probably already guessed what path I went with the Minifig Mecha Makeover. That's right, Blacktron 1. Especially with some of the parts that I had available from the new cruiser. Finally having some Blacktron livery available. So I'm going to start building this thing and hopefully not have to edit this video too many times, not drop too much stuff. Let's work from the ground up. There we go. We got feet. Well, in a way, feet parts. And part of Kyle's idea is that some modification, totally fine. And I definitely ran with that. Alright, so strip that foot down. So I found it worthwhile to put some expansion in between these points so that these connection points were an even 4 studs. Not too tough to do. 1 layer here, 2 layers here. So keep that in mind. A layer of 4 between a snot bracket like this and what are called headlight bricks on their side makes a nice even 4. Alright, we got feet. Oh, let's work our way up. Well, that's a hip. There's what's going in to be a lower leg. But gotta rip it apart a bit. I messed something up. Oh yeah, that's right. I remember what I did. I wanted this design to be a little bit taller than the original mech, or the original frame. So I moved the ankle joint down by 1 stud. Then we got that. Stick my little thruster pack back on his calf. And we are 1 leg down. Okay. Ankle reattached 1 spot further down. Inside here. And we're getting some beef to it. Just a little obvious connection for the knees, just to thicken them up and make them look more integral. This is the left thigh with a rocket pack on it. No, that's right. Let's get out of here. So for this kind of building, all those different kinds of upwards and downwards brackets, often called snot plates that you get a hold of, are really useful. Alright, so let's keep on crawling upwards. So this part's a little awkward because this really isn't held on by anything until I put this plate on. And forgive me if I go out of frame or make weird grunting noises. My video studio, such as it is an ergonomist nightmare. Alright, we got some of that stuff on there. Now, another modification I made on top of making it 1 bit higher is I did want to make it a little wider at the shoulder clearance. Okay, 1 stud wider on the shoulders. A little more black because there's never enough black for Blacktron. Also makes those shoulder connection points just a little more stable. Alright, might as well snug this guy up in his cockpit. There he is. Let's do some work on the back here. Alright, this next part of the backpack, pretty cool. Check out this connection point here. I've seen this used in Lego models. So you got just hinge plates going here and another one bending back. These studs are all in an even Lego length. They're 5 studs long. So this kind of connection can be really useful in a lot of ways to get some really cool angles here. So for example, the backpack, I've got the thrusters here attached just at a cool angle because it's fun and it's better than just putting them on straight or whatever, especially with Blacktron. Blacktron's all about some angular pointy stuff. All right, backpack attached. Kyle was quick to tell me I went a bit overboard with these designs, and yeah, they do still have a little bit of trouble standing up, but they do all right. All right, wrist guards. Now for hands, just a little clip and this curved piece, just to look kind of like a thumb. And you notice I'm working here upside down from the normal point of view. Well, sometimes upside down is best. Don't get stuck with studs up. Turn your pieces all around. You find all kinds of new ways to use them. And now, this part's the easiest. Shoulder armor with some rockets and small cannons. And then, probably my favorite part of the whole thing, the helmet. Definitely wanted to do my best to stick to the Blacktron theme. The yellow windshields. Red highlights. Alrighty, now let's arm this beast. Not too big in the Star Wars sets, but I did pick up the Darth Vader mecha suit set. And that blade of his is pretty handy for this. And then for a beam rifle. So if you're looking for ways to make cool details, a lot of times you can look at like minifig accessories, like the armor piece that came with some Blacktron collectible minifigure a year or two ago. Put that right there. And then this right here. A couple of Darth Vader's collar, lower part of his mask things. Just thought that was fun to give a little different texture to. And there he is, falling over. All my builds are drunk, apparently. But I couldn't be satisfied stopping there. Had to have Space Police. If you're gonna have Blacktron, you gotta have Space Police. Alrighty. And again, definitely heavy in the chunk style. There's the closure for his cockpit. That visor forming around. I recently rewatched the anime Dominion Tank Police, and which is definitely a farce of overpowered, over-militarized police. Hilarious show. And that gave me inspiration for the grenade launchers on his shoulder here, just like they have on all their tanks and on a lot of real-world military tanks. Also, just the whole overpowered look of this whole thing. Also, if a good trick works once, do it again. Got that Space Police armor piece integrated as part of his handgun. There's the beast. Broke color scheme to give him red and blue shoulder siren lights. thruster pack. I wasn't quite done yet. Had to do just one more. It had been a long time since I'd worked out any ice planet. So this guy's probably the least stable on his feet. But there's cockpit open. And shut. Probably part of the problem is his feet are spiky crampons, but I was trying to make them suited to an ice planet environment. No guns on this one, but it's not Ice Planet without some neon orange chainsaws. And my design for the thruster pack on this one is probably the main reason why he can't really stand up too well. Really went in with those Nexo axes, but you know, they stack up so beautifully. And there you have it. One simple mecha frame design, 3 designs from me, and infinitely more from you.